Well, hey there, everyone. It's Mrs. Acero, and I am here to teach your class about the parts of speech. This is going to be an introductory lesson to the different parts of speech, and then later on my channel, we will be getting into them a little bit more in depth individually. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce myself to you. My name is Mrs. Acero, and I have an online teaching store called All-in-One Middle School. I was a teacher for 34 years, and teaching language arts was and still is my passion. This presentation, along with the guided notes, is available in my TPT store. I'll be sure to leave a link to it in the video description. If you're using the guided notes, you should fill them in anytime you see this icon. If your teacher lets you work with a partner, you will turn and talk in certain portions. I hope you find this lesson helpful. Let's dive in. So the parts of speech, we really need to get on board with this because words are the building blocks of sentences. You'll want to understand the role each word plays so your writing is clear and effective. Today's goal is to understand the 8 parts of speech, recognize how they function in a sentence, and learn why choosing the right words matters. Let's dig a little deeper into why knowing the parts of speech matters. There's no doubt that you have been taught the parts of speech at some point in school. Knowing the parts of speech helps you to become a stronger writer. When you understand how words work together, you can write sentences that make sense and sound great. It matters because it helps you choose the right word for the job. If you want to sound excited, you would pick an interjection. If you need to describe something, you would use an adjective. It helps you to avoid confusing and awkward sentences. If you mix up nouns and verbs, your sentence won't make sense. It adds variety and style to your writing. Using strong verbs and colorful adjectives makes your writing interesting and it improves grammar, punctuation, and clarity. Knowing which words are which helps you with capitalization, subject-verb agreement, and more. Okay, so what are the parts of speech? We're going to go over each one briefly and then get into each one a little bit more in depth as we go along. I want to point out to you that you'll see the guided notes icon from this point forward. And so if you are using them, you'll want to start filling them in now. Okay? A noun, a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea, such as dog, school, love. A verb is a word that shows action or state of being, such as run and is. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun like he, they, or it. An adjective describes a noun or pronoun like blue, tall, happy. An adverb describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb, quickly, very. Conjunction, a word that joins words or group of words such as and, but, because. Interjection, a word that shows a strong feeling, wow or oh no. Preposition, a word that shows the relationship between a noun or pronoun and another word such as in, on, under. Okay, so let's start out now with nouns. We're going to get into it a little bit more deeply here. Again, I'm pointing out that you have your guided notes icon here. Okay? So as we said, a noun is a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea. Examples for each. Person, teacher, friend, Taylor Swift. Place, school, park, New Jersey. Thing, book, pencil, pizza. Idea, freedom, happiness. Here are some extra tips. Common nouns name general items like dog, city, and game. A proper noun names specific ones and are capitalized, such as Fido, Chicago, Monopoly. Nouns can be singular, like cat, or plural, cats. Nouns can be concrete, meaning you can touch them, such as a chair, or abstract, meaning you can't touch them, such as love. Remember, nouns are the building blocks of sentences, and most sentences have at least one. Okay, let's talk verbs. A verb is a word that shows action or state of being. Examples for action: run, jump, write, dance. State of being: am, is, are, was, were. By the way, these are all forms of the main verb is. Okay, just in different tenses and whatnot. Your extra tips: action verbs show what someone or something is doing. She plays soccer. A linking verb connects the subject to more information, such as he is tired. Helping verbs work with another verb to show time or meaning, such as she will go to the game. Verbs change form to show tense, past, present, and future. Remember, every sentence needs a verb. It's what makes the sentence move. Okay, pronouns. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Examples: he, she, it, they, we, you, I. This, that, these, those. Who, which, anybody, somebody. Extra tips: personal pronouns refer to people or things, such as I, you, she, they. Possessive pronouns show ownership: mine, yours, theirs. Reflexive pronouns reflect back to the subject: myself. Demonstrative pronouns point to something: this, that, these, those. And your last tip: using pronouns keeps writing from being repetitive. So in this sentence, you would say Maria likes pizza. She eats it often. You wouldn't want to say Maria likes pizza. Maria eats it often. It starts to sound very repetitive. Remember, pronouns make sentences smoother and less repetitive. Okay, so let's take a pause on those three parts of speech: the nouns, verbs, and pronouns. You're going to turn and talk and try these quick challenges with your partner. For nouns, each of you are going to name 3 nouns that describe your favorite weekend activities: person, place, or thing. You'll share one abstract noun, like an idea or feeling, that matters to you. Then you'll move on to verbs. You're going to act out or describe 2 action verbs you do at school every day. Then share one state of being verb that describes how you feel right now, using words like am, is, are, was, and were. Then for pronouns, replace your partner's name with the pronoun in a sentence. For example, Maria is my partner. You would say she is my partner. Try using a possessive pronoun to describe something you own: mine, yours, ours. Okay? So pause the video and turn and talk. All right, let's move on to adjectives. An adjective is a word that describes a noun or pronoun. Examples: blue, tall, loud, happy, 3, delicious. Extra tips: adjectives tell us what kind: fluffy cat, which one, this book, or how many, 7 cookies. They can compare things. If they are comparing 2 things, they are called comparative: smarter, taller, more exciting. If they compare more than 2 things, that's called superlative: smartest, tallest, most exciting. Adjectives add detail and color to writing. Remember, without adjectives, writing can feel plain. Adjectives make it come alive. Moving on to adverbs. An adverb is a word that describes a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Examples: if it describes a verb: she ran quickly. Describes an adjective: the test was very hard. Describes another adverb: he spoke too softly. Extra tips: many adverbs end in lys, like slowly, happily, carefully, but not all of them. Words like very, always, and never are also adverbs. Adverbs often answer questions like how, quietly or badly; when, yesterday, soon; where, here, outside; to what extent, almost completely. Remember, adverbs give us details about how, when, or where something happens. All right, so let's try it for your adjectives and adverbs. You're going to turn and talk. Describe your favorite food using 3 adjectives like spicy, cheesy, or hot. Then pick an object in the classroom and use 2 adjectives to describe it: red, heavy. For adverbs, tell how you usually walk into class using an adverb: quietly, quickly, confidently. Share how you did your homework last night: carefully, lazily, efficiently. You can try the mix and match challenge if you have time, where you choose one noun and describe it with an adjective. Then add a verb and describe it with an adverb. Example: the happy dog, adjective, barked loudly, adverb. Don't forget you have guided notes to go along with these, so pause the video and turn and talk. Let's talk about conjunctions. A conjunction is a word that joins words, phrases, or clauses. Examples: and, but, or, so, because. Extra tips: coordinating conjunctions connect equal parts. I like pizza and pasta. Subordinating conjunctions show a relationship. I stayed home because it rained. A correlative conjunction works in pairs: either, or, neither, nor. Remember, conjunctions are the glue that hold sentences together. Interjections: a word or phrase that shows strong emotion or reaction. Examples: wow, ouch, hey, oh no. Extra tips: they're usually followed by an exclamation point or comma. They add personality and feeling to writing or dialogue. Remember, interjections are kind of like adding sound effects to your writing. And lastly, prepositions. A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or pronoun and another word in the sentence. Some examples: in, on, under, beside, during, between. Extra tip: they often tell where or when something happens. A prepositional phrase is the preposition plus the object. So, under the table. Under is the preposition. Table is the object. During class. During would be the preposition and class would be the object. Remember, prepositions help us understand the where, when, and how of a sentence. So now you're going to try it. Turn and talk with your partner. For conjunctions, use and or but in a sentence about school. Then try a subordinating conjunction like the word because in a sentence. For interjection, show an interjection you might shout if your favorite team won. And make up a sentence starting with, oh no. For prepositions, look around the room and describe something with the preposition. The book is on the desk. Share one sentence about your weekend that uses a preposition. So pause the video and turn and talk. And that's a wrap. Be sure to tune back in for more Teach My Class episodes. I have plenty of episodes on my channel for reading, writing, poetry, and now grammar. You can also check out First Chapter Friday on my YouTube channel, where I'll read the first chapters of my favorite middle school novels. Hope to see you soon, and be sure to subscribe.